I think the reason I like herbs as a first defence against cold and flus is because you haven't got side effects. You've really got a natural plant medicine that doesn't necessarily have a roll-on effect. So once you start looking at pharmaceuticals, there's almost always a side effect of any type of drug that you take. Ironically, a lot of them are based on plants and have just been, perhaps taken over by the pharmaceutical industry because it's a way of making money. So going back to the plants that you can grow in your own backyard or you can source like that, you can get them organic, they're very natural. You can't overdose on them, really, unless you're taking enormous amounts of some over a period of time, but generally can't overdose on plant medicine, so it's a really good first defence. And they all have antioxidants, which have all these other host of effects in them as well. So I just think it makes a lot of sense to use that as your first attack. One of my favourites at the moment, because it's winter and colds and flus and things like that are everywhere, and I'm going to touch wood or touch tea or something, but since having healing tea I have not had a cold or a flu in the last 18 months, it's got to be the tea. So there's a few ingredients here. You've got Echinacea in there, which has been used by South Americans for years, well before antibiotics became on the scene. It's got quite strong antiviral and antimicrobial activity. It can help prevent and treat respiratory tract infections. Good research now suggesting that if you take Echinacea before you feel the onset of a cold or a flu, it can reduce the likelihood of you getting it, but also the severity if you do happen to get it. And it can also help stimulate the immune system. So that's why we've put Echinacea in here. We've also put Calendula in here, which is a soothing herb, so it's got anti-inflammatory effects. And it's also got antiviral and antibacterial effects and antioxidant effects, lots of antis, but that just means it's really supporting your body to help fight things that might be out there that are toxins to us or that are causing disease or illness in our body. It can be used to treat burns too, apparently, Calendula, and has quite a calming effect on the central nervous system. So we know that stress can be a contributing factor to becoming unwell, so having a herb that helps reduce your anxiety and stress levels can be really useful too. Then I've got Neem in there, and I don't know if you've tasted Neem, but it's really bitter, but it had to go in because it's got so many good effects. It's not only antibacterial, but it's also anti-inflammatory. It's been shown to have anti-malarial activity, so if you're going over to countries where malaria is around, it's not a bad tea to take with you, and it can be used for pain relief. So we've put Neem in there to balance that out, and to get the flavours in there. I've got some other strong flavours like ginger and turmeric, and ginger and turmeric are well-known anti-inflammatory, anti-cancer, particularly turmeric, and ginger has an anti-nausea effect as well, so it can help if you're feeling a bit sick with that. So with the ginger and turmeric, I've also put lemon peel in there because it's got lemoni in it, which has got a really strong flavour, and it's high vitamin C, and it's also got antimicrobial activity or antibacterial activity. And then the only other one that I've popped in there is something called Yarrow. So Yarrow is a decongestant, and it's radioprotective, which means if you're having radiotherapy or if you're exposed to ionising radiation, it's a really good herb to include. So the whole bundle of this, the idea of the healing teas, it's got all these different herbs with these different properties that overall are going to really protect you from things like colds and flus, but also if you have inflammatory disorders, or if you're battling something like cancer and heart disease, this might be something that's a really good support drink to have as well. And it tastes good.